Hey guys, welcome. We're going to go over this worksheet, completing the square, just to give you some more help. Again, the principle here is we want to go ahead and make a perfect square trinomial. Right now we can't actually factor this, so to do this we're going to need to make some moves. So our first step here is to go ahead and move this 3 over by adding it. And what we did here is I have 2 blank spots, and the reason why I have these blank spots is so that I can go ahead and add a number to both sides. If I add a number to both sides, it's going to leave my equation balanced, so I can add whatever I want. In order to do the right number here, to factor, I'm going to do b divided by 2 squared. And remember, we have ax squared plus bx plus c equals 0. This is our standard form. So the b is going to be 4, so we're going to get 4 divided by 2 squared, which is going to end up to be actually 4. So we're going to do plus 4, and whatever I do to one side, I have to do to the other. Okay, if I'm to factor this now, right? So I'm going to factor this, and I'm going to do 4 and 4. So what numbers multiply to 4 and add to 4? Well, it's going to be x plus 2 and x plus 2, so instead of writing it twice, I can just write it as x plus 2 squared equals 7. Okay? And this is why we want to complete the squares, because now we have a squared binomial, and I can take the square root of both sides, and I'm going to get x plus 2 equals plus or minus the square root of 7, and then I can subtract the 2 from here, and I get x equals negative 2 plus or minus 7. Okay? So, very challenging problem. Let's go. We're going to do 3 more here. Okay? Over here, again, I can't factor this the way it is. There's no 2 numbers that multiply to negative 2 and somehow add negative 8. It's not possible. Okay, so here we go. We're going to go ahead and factor, add the 2 over, so we're going to get x squared minus 8x equals 2. And I'm going to divide. I'm going to do that b divided by 2 squared. That's going to be negative 8 divided by 2 squared, which is going to give me negative 4 squared, which is 16. So I'm going to add 16 to both sides. Okay, and over here, we're going to end up with our factors of 2 numbers that multiply to 16 but add to negative 8. This can be x minus 4 squared. It has to become a squared binomial, otherwise it's not completing the square. Okay, I'm making a perfect square trinomial. This is going to be equal to 18, and then what we need to do is to go ahead and take the square root of both sides, and we're going to get x minus 4 equals plus or minus square root of 18, and then we're going to add the 4 over, x equals 4 plus or minus square root 18. Okay? First thing I should do is move the 5 over here, and once I do that, we can actually just normal x factor this. This one, not actually that bad. 5 and negative 6, that's going to be negative 1, negative 5, so we get x minus 1 and x minus 5 equals 0. And we're going to use the zero product property, and we get x minus 1 equals 0 and x minus 5 equals 0. Add the 1 over, add the 5 over, and you're done. We could solve that using the complete the square, but it's way easier to do it this way. When we come over here, we're trying to think what 2 numbers multiply to 16, add to 14, and unfortunately, none of them do so, so we are going to have to be quite stuck here. So we're going to try and move the 16 over, so we get x squared plus 14x equals negative 16, and then take 14 and divide it by 2 and then square it. We're going to get 49. So we're going to add 49 to both sides. And what times 49 and adds to 14? Well, it's going to be x plus 7 and x plus 7. So that's x plus 7 squared. And over here, we're going to get 33. Take the square root of both, and we get x plus 7 equals plus or minus the square root of 33. We're going to subtract the 7 over. Oops. And we are going to get plus or minus the square root of 33. Okay, we're going to see some more of those problems, so be prepared. Okay, bye.